truthfully for me, obviously my initials are MF, but when I started kind of going through the process of developing what I felt about the music industry and growing up and being in this life, trying to figure it out.
Right.
And I realized that sometimes when you're on top, this is the mother
in life.
And then when you're down on the bottom, you just like, damn, life is a mother.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it is a play on words, and it is that thing that I just wanted people to laugh about and feel good, because life is not always going to be perfect. It goes in waves, highs and lows. And, you know, there's a beauty in going through that process. And I just want people to be able to laugh about it and celebrate it and just know that, you know, with every turn, that's just the way life goes. So just enjoy it and just know that you're not alone.
Enjoy this MF life, y'all.
Enjoy your MF. Live your MF life. Live it.
I was reading also in an interview that you said Alicia Keys inspired the MF life. Tell us how did she inspire?
Alicia Keys, she just inspired me overall. As an artist, before I met her, before we went on tour, I was really able to you know, just listen to her music and just see her career as a fan and really admire how she rolled out her career in the type of music that she did, the content that she sung about, what she based her, you know, identity in the industry on, which was talent and music.
Nice.
And it wasn't anything else about personal or, you know, fashion or anything like that. It was really just based on the music, and everything else came, and people, you know, admired her for being intelligent, beautiful, well-spoken, you know, a philanthropist, like, you know, just for so many different things that I think are more positive than what nowadays I think people look to make people famous or superstar.
It was just Alicia Keys and a braid.
Just Alicia Keys and the braids and a piano.
And a piano. That's it.
And so, you know, when I realized that there was a market out there to make music for people that would appreciate music, that's kind of where I started my focus. And then once I went on tour with her, and I was there night after night, night after night. I mean, I don't know if anybody in the room has had the opportunity to meet Alicia Keys or they do connect with her music on that level, but she is genuinely one of the nicest people I've ever met in the industry, and just very down to earth and very humble, even in all that she's accomplished. And that's inspiring to me, because that's how I feel I would like to be and how I would like people to perceive me.
Oh, you're almost there.
So every night, you know, I would just watch her, and I would just watch the unity and the people around her, and I heard the way her music affected people, and I saw it, and I heard my music in large arenas, you know, around the world. So I got kind of addicted to that feeling and wanting it to sound big and wanting it to be this very full sound that I could hear a band get behind and play, and it very dramatic and, you know, very moving emotionally. So that's really how, after I came off the tour, I decided that I wanted to start making the album again, and I wanted to be that stadium soul kind of version, you know, the evolution from the bridge to the MF life.
Well, you took my next question, because he said stadium soul was like how you branded your album. So stadium soul, just like meaning what?
Stadium soul, and how I feel it is that it should just feel full, really. It's, you know, because the first album was very diverse in different sounds, where it was you know, kind of genreless of soul. And I feel like even in like the songs that were ballads, there was soul. Even in the songs that had a little bit more rock feel, there was soul.
Still had soul in them.
So this was now just, you know, again, staying away from classifying it as one type of album. There's a lot of R&B influence on this album, a lot more hip hop influence on this album. You know, I was in the studio with The Dream, Drake, and Salam Remy, and so I wanted to make that other side of me that loves hip hop, and I wanted to bring that out and make that something that just felt full, because I feel like people try to define soul as a genre, but I feel soul is more of a feeling. You know, it is more of like that thing where a country song can have soul. You know, it's just really how it affects you, and so I just wanted it to be that soul that fills arenas and just kind of, you know, speak that into existence.
Nice. So you mentioned Dream and Drake. So are they on the album at all?
I'm still in the process of finishing the album.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm not quite kind of sure. This is going to be a really tough thing for me to decide on who's going to be on the album, because I've been in the studio with Drake, Dream, Salam Remy, No ID, who's Kanye West producer, John Legend, Jack Splash, who does all the CeeLo stuff, Alicia Keys, Jasmine Sullivan. I've been in with Dream producers and writers and, you know, and artists, B.O.B., just really trying to make this album that's going to be something unique that stands out and really kind of just has people understanding who Melanie Fiona is now. You know, on my first album, I can honestly say that it was about introducing myself to the world and then also paying homage to the artists and sounds and genres that came before me.
Right.
That's what that album was about bringing people together through the music. It was really never, I felt like it was about me. And now this album, I do want to make more about me, and I want people to say, oh, that's that Melanie Fiona sound.
Right. Because we don't want anybody coming back like, she didn't pay homage to me.
Right.
Getting it out right away. So on the MF Life, you have a song called 4 a.m., right? That I just released. The video. Did you guys see the video? It's on my blog. If you didn't see it, it's on my blog at WGCI.com. The video is amazing.
Thank you.
I mean, it's theatrical, creative.
Yes,
how did the song and the video, you getting your acting on?
So crazy. I didn't even realize that people would because a lot of people have been commenting on the acting, and I'm like,
yes.
I don't know. I guess when you live something, you understand it. You just it's natural.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it acting, and I guess performing is acting. When I'm on stage, I guess it is. It's about evoking that emotion, and I wanted people to understand. And the concept of 4 a.m., I did it with Rico Love, who did Kelly Rowland's Motivation, Beyonce's Sweet Dreams.
We love him.
Sure, he's done everything. And I'd been working with him on a few different things, and he called up one day. He was like, yo, I got this song. You got to come down. We got to do it. Da-da-da-da-da. Came down, did the record, and instantly it was like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Because I've definitely been there.
Oh, my God, I have too. I was listening.
We've been there, and that's always very key for me, whether I write or co-write or someone writes for me. It has to be relative to things that I think people really go through.
Right.
And I feel like that's why it kills me we're so successful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, with 4 a.m., it was that, and it was two sides to 4 a.m. The one that was, sometimes your dude is out. Sometimes your mind, as women or as men too, your mind can go to places that sometimes don't necessarily need to be going, and it's our own insecurities and it's our own things, So it wasn't really to put anyone down, but it was about just keeping it real.
Yeah.
And then when it came to the video, I always do feel like the video should be artistic and storytelling. I do always feel like they should be little movies. And myself and my team came up with the concept for the video.
It was awesome.
And in fact, we've come up with a lot of the concepts for the video, from Ayo to It Kills Me. We've come up with these concepts, and then find the right director to help tell our stories. And I did Gone and Never Coming Back with Colin Tilley as well, which is the first single. And we wanted to make something that was dramatic, and I wanted people to really get a sense and feel for who I am.
Yeah.
And so, I called on Luke James, who's another very talented singer-songwriter, who's the main guy in the video. My boo thing.
He's so cute, too.
He's so cute. And I wanted to make something that would have people understand what it is. And it wasn't about, if you see in the end of the video, he wasn't really doing anything wrong.
Oh, my God.
And some people didn't understand, it's okay to be a chick that's at home being like, go hang out with your boys. It's okay. You know what I mean? I trust you to go do that. And then when you don't get the phone call or they don't come back soon, then your mind starts going, well, hold on a second. Maybe he is doing something wrong. And he's out there like, oh, I'm not doing anything wrong. Something might have happened. And that's, you've been there. Sometimes you get the phone call. Sometimes you never get the phone call. Sometimes it's a bad phone call.
Yeah.
That's just life. And I felt like I needed to just keep it real in that sense, because sometimes dudes think that I'm trying to hate on guys, and it's not about hating on guys. And I wanted dudes to see me as that chick that's it's not about hating on guys. It's just about telling stories, because guys have been there too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, it's just about keeping it real. And I also wanted to just show that, ladies, we don't have to go to the nines all the time, because we do.
I did.
We do sometimes.
I did, actually. Recently.
We busted the windows out the car. We've done it.
A few windows.
You know what I mean? So I know we've been there, but it's just more empowering, I think, to remind your dude that there's someone waiting at home for you. Yeah. So if you're out, this is what you're missing.
Yeah. You want to know what was the great thing about seeing that video? It let me know I wasn't alone. I was like, oh, okay, so she's felt this too. Okay, it's not just me. Okay. So with the video, it ends kind of abruptly. He just gets arrested. You're just still in the house. If you had to finish the video, just make an extended version, what would you want to happen?
Ooh, if I had to make an extended version, it's going to be all kinds of things. He gets picked up by the cops. He goes to the jail. It turns out to be some big drug sting thing going on. And then I got to come and be the ride or die chick that comes through and is like, no, that's my dude. I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying?
And then you tell them off. What were you doing? Why you dancing
the phone? I'm with you, boo, to the end. Just if I had to continue it, but it is, and it was just kind of leaving people in that suspense.
I was in suspense.
Oh my gosh, and I always felt that it's important to do that, and it kills me. You know, Adam Rodriguez was in the video from CSI, and we killed him in the video.
Yeah.
He died in the video, right? And it was to get a point across to people, just because it's like, never go to sleep angry, never walk away angry. You know, it's important. I always just try to make sure that I have a very literal and applicable meaning to my videos and my songs.
Nice. So, the rest of the songs on the album, is it like a lot of rock? Is it more like what other songs can we expect? It's a really cool album. I'm really, really excited about it. It's you can get a little rock and soul, you can get a little hip hop, you can get a lot of. I did a couple records with this producer called Jack Splash, and he's really musical and does, like I said, a lot of stuff for Alicia Keys and CeeLo. So it's got that live old soul band kind of feel. Not as retro as the first album, but it's got that soul that just like painstaking. You feel the soul in that music, and it's just. I think the one thing that's consistent on the album is storytelling. Okay.
And I feel like that's important, and I always make sure that is the thing, because I never want to limit myself to a genre of music, because I want my album to speak to many different people.
Nice.
And I want many different people to get to know different people through my music. So, you know, that's why I try to keep it as diverse as I feel that I am as a person. But the storytelling is definitely all, as much as I like wanted it to be about life, it is about love. All the like ups and downs.
We love love though, right, ladies?
We love love and we hate love. And
Yeah.
and sometimes love hates us. And that is, you know, that is the thing that I think everybody goes through, and I wanted to just show the very different sides and the colors and the moods of love.
Yeah.
And, you know, the highs and lows, the MF life of love.
MF life. So, there was recently on a lot of blogs, there's a song out with you and Tyrese. And there was also a song with Brandy and Tyrese, and it was the same song.
And it was the same song.
How did that happen?
We should ask Tyrese.
We should ask Tyrese?
Yeah.
I need to know though.
We should ask her. Well,
Yeah.
that is my
Right.
that is me. I
Okay.
did go into the studio to record the song.
And it sounded awesome.
And thank you very much. And I know that Brandy had a version as well. And I love Brandy. She's one of my favorite singers and people. She's just a sweet, sweet, sweet person. And I don't know how that happened.
You still trying to figure it out?
I'm still trying to figure
So
it out.
what's it like when you go to the computer and you like see gossip about yourself? Are you like, you know, flipping out? Are you like on your phone tweeting?
You
or
know
like,
what? I try not to give it too much energy. It's
Okay.
hard because people come at you with
gosh,
it like,
yes.
have you seen and have you
Girl.
read? And oh my gosh. And I'm just like, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I was actually on a flight. I was in India and I came back. And as I landed, I was on like a connection flight in Dubai, and I got a BBM from one of my friends, and he was like, do you see they're trying to start beef between you and Brandy? I'm like, oh God.
Right.
I'm like, why? I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like, we're two completely separate artists. She's one of my favorite artists. I have no problem saying that to any and everybody.
Right.
So like, why they would try to turn it into something so negative is just beyond me. But unfortunately, that's the world we live in, and I just try not to give that any energy. And I'm flattered to say that I've actually been on collaboration with Tyrese and one that Brandy's participated in.
Yeah.
And I think it's a beautiful thing.
That's positive. Clap it up with the positivity, please. Very positive. She in India. It's like, I'm not worried about no gossip. I'm in India right now, okay?
Right?
Girl, please.
Come on now.
I'm not even giving,
world.
I'm not even giving phone service right now. What y'all talking about, okay?
All right.
So speaking of Brandy, you said you love her. Who else is on your iPod? Like, what other artists are you listening to?
I love Adele.
Love Adele.
Love Adele.
Yeah.
I love Adele. I've loved Adele from her first album. Love her on this album. I really love Miguel. I love Radiohead. I love Beyonce's new album. I love Kanye West. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I have if I have to name 3 artists on actually 4, I'll tell you right now. Of like recent artists in R&B and hip hop. All their albums I have: Musiq Soulchild, Brandy, Indie RE, and Kanye West.
Nice. That's a good collab.
Those 4 artists, I can honestly say I have every single one of their albums, and they stay on my iPod.
Wow.
And then of course, you know, the Michael Jacksons, the Lauryn Hills, they never leave.
Yeah.
Amy Winehouse. Yeah, I like to rotate my music, but generally I keep the things like the foundation there, Sade.
You gotta have some Sade.
You gotta have.
You don't have an iPod if you don't have some Sade.
No. I just saw her in concert. Just changed my life.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, so I was on Twitter, and Kevin Hart's DVD came out the other day. A couple weeks ago, and so he was saying that he walked up to somebody.
Say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest. So pineapples, right? So he walked up to somebody, and they had a bootleg of his DVD, and they tried to give it to him. So I always wanted to know, like, now I want to ask all artists, what would you do if somebody didn't know you were Melanie Fiona and say, like, I got this new Melanie Fiona, I got the MF, like $5. Like, what would you do?
I'd be like, get your hustle on, homie. Go ahead.
Would you buy it back from him?
I would buy it back from him.
Shut up.
I would. I'd buy it back from him, and then I'd tell him that it was me,
right.
and I'm supporting myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? I would just be like, because truthfully, we're in a world of music right now where you see people giving free music away all the time. Yeah. You can't stop it, right? Like, as an artist, I think that's a thing that, we're so focused on trying to stop the illegal downloading. But the fact of the matter is, I think if you make a product that is good and it gets out and it's free and people have it, I believe in the integrity of people still.
Yeah.
I believe in the integrity of people when it comes to music, because music is that thing that no matter what, it connects us, and people forget, people, I don't think they forget that. They remember music for times of their lives and et cetera. So I feel like even if somebody downloaded The Bridge or the MF Life for free.
The whole album,
if they did.
Okay.
If they enjoy it and then they come out to see me in concert.
It was worth it.
Then it's worth it for me. If they enjoy it and they put someone else on who doesn't illegally download it and they buy it, then it's worth it for me. If they illegally download it and then say, you know what, I appreciate Melanie Fiona's music so much, I will go on iTunes, or next time I'm in Best Buy, I will spend $10 to get it. Even though I already have it, I feel good about investing. I don't ever want anybody to invest their money in me and then be like, oh, I wasted my money.
Right.
I want people to feel good about purchasing my album. So if they need to get acquainted with it first, that's fine. Just please go buy it afterwards.
Right. Don't download it and then send your friend the download.
Yeah, don't send your friend the download. It's okay.
Don't send your friend the download.
Just don't spread that.
Spread the download. Okay, so what do you do on your days off? Like, if you ever had one, right? What would you do on your day off?
I would go to an amusement park.
Oh, okay. Like
I love amusement parks. I would go to Six Flags. I would go to the movies.
Yeah.
I would shop, which I love to do in Chicago. I would eat lots of food, which I like to do in Chicago as well. Yeah. I don't really
have days off, really.
Yeah, it's hard to have a day off.
Every day's a work day.
Yeah, every day is pretty much work day. And then when you do have a day off, you're trying to catch. I love your earrings. Those are pretty. Those are cute. Where'd you get those? Let's go shopping today.
Chicago.
Right, Chicago. I feel like even when you do get a day off,
something comes up.
So many, it's like laundry day.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what I look forward to. I'm like, I get to do laundry today.
Yeah.
Because you just get tired of living out of your suitcase, and that sense of normalcy to just have clean clothes is like such a small little joy.
Yeah.
It's weird. But, just try to do it and be happy and catch up with friends and family. That's very, very important. If I ever get like a weekend off, I'll be on the first plane back to Toronto and just go check my family and hit back out.
Okay. Yeah. So you a singer-songwriter, right? So is there like a certain place that you have to be to write a song? You have to be in a certain mood? Like, just somewhere you have to be? Is it Vegas? Like, what gives you the inspiration to write your songs?
I find, truthfully, in city-wise, I find that I do my best work in New York.
Okay.
That's just me personally. And that's what I've seen of myself. I consider myself to still be a very emotional singer-songwriter. So if I'm not really feeling it, if I'm not really in a mood, I find that the more I try to force myself to write, the less happy I am, or the more disappointed I am with what I'm doing, because I feel forced. I'm just like, I just feel stumped, or feel frustration or whatever. But I'll be honest, like, when I came off of the Alicia Keys tour, and, everybody's like, you should start your second album. You should start your second album. And I was like, yeah, I should. Like, I really should get back in and start. I was blocked for, like, a real hot second.
So writer's block is
like,
real.
A real I came off the tour, not even just being blocked creatively, but, like, even confidence-wise. Like, I was like, whoa. I just came off a huge thing where it was a world tour. I've been performing. I've been trying to get my footing as a new artist and not even having a second to breathe and take it all in. And now I've got to get back into the studio. And I really did. I doubted myself. Wow. I did. And, I cried about it. I was like, what if I'm not good enough? What if I haven't learned? What if I haven't grown? What if I suck? What if people think I suck? And it was a whole bunch of mental things that I needed to get over within myself. And once I put that into, one particular song where it was kind of like a page out of my diary, it just kind of opened the floodgates for creativity and for also welcoming creativity and finding the right people to work with to help bring that out of me. And it's a real process, That's why sometimes people, people think, oh, where's the album? Where's the album? On certain artists. And people like, oh, I'm still working on it. Sometimes it really is just that emotional that you need to take a step back and be like, okay, what do I want to say? Yeah. What do I want people to know about me? How do I express that? Have I gone as deep as I possibly can? Is there something left for the next album? Like, it's a real emotional process, especially when you dedicate your whole life. Now, if you've got a team of people writing your albums for you, so when you come off of a tour, your album's done, you record it and you go, which some artists are that way, That's how you knock out 5 albums in 3 years.
Right. But not the MF life.
But not the MF life. Not in this MF life. No.
Not in this MF life.
No, it's a real process. And I've put a lot of heart and soul into this,
awesome.
as overall for my career.
So, my guys on my Twitter and Facebook, they all wanted to know. You know what the guys want to know? They wanted to know, are you single right now? Let me see. No ring. Oh.
I'm nobody's wife. When I want it.
Okay.
I am
dating. Okay.
I'm dating.
And
I'm open.
As long as it's not Drake.
It's not Drake.
Okay. That means I still have a chance. I'm just checking.
It's not Drake.
That means we all have a chance, right, ladies?
I read that somewhere. Yes, you all have a chance.
We all have a chance with Drake as long as you don't take Drake. Don't take Drake.
And he's actually a really, really sweet guy and very, very nice. I mean, I'm sure the ladies love him. Look at all the songs he makes. The girls love him.
Yes.
They do.
Girl, we love some Drake now.
Love some Drake.
So you are dating? No.
Yes.
Okay. Just let us know when wedding bells come to GCI first. So
okay.
Please.
All right.
Give us the exclusive.
Okay.
Pinky promise.
Okay.
All right. Now,
I gotta tell my mom first.
Okay. Mom and then GCI in that order.
Mom and then
Okay. So I want to open the floor up to anybody else that might have questions. I know you guys have questions for Melanie Fiona. Just let me know. I'll walk around. I know someone has questions. Who's going to be the first? Oh, matter of fact, come on up. These cute shoes. Better strut it.
Oh, and Michael Jackson.
Yes. Okay. What's your question?
How you doing, Melanie?
Hi, thank you.
I'm Breezy. Hey, then.
Hi, Breezy.
Me, I'm an artist. Don't sing. I got the soul of a singer, though, but, I rap.
Yes, you do. I can feel it.
But I more rap, but I'm just like, when you was just talking about, like, how it's a process when you feeling and you writing songs, like, with artists like me, like, you haven't been in the game that long, but when a person comes along and you feel that soul in them, like Alicia Keys and the Melanie Fiona's when it's deep, how do you think you get to that place? And if you see that, like a younger artist or something like that with that same type of, like, soul and feeling to their music, like, are you into that? Do you kind of, like, want to know where they're coming from? I know it's kind of... It's kind of like a little selfish play. I'm just trying to ask her, like, what does she look for in, like, younger women coming up? Like, where's that? Do you kind of think, like, where's that soul coming from?
I personally think that it is an energy. I do believe it. Like, and I feel that way about not just artists, but also just my fans as well and my female audiences. I'm very sensitive to my female audience because I feel like we are so intricate as women. We are very deep, and there's many layers to us, and we have to go through a lot in life. And wherever you channel that passion, that soul, some people channel it in their children, some people channel it in their relationships, some people channel it in their art, and in their families. It's all very different. But I always feel that there's one thing that I always want to challenge young girls and women in general of all ages to do is to be confident and comfortable with who you are. Because once you do that, then other people will accept you for being comfortable with who you are, And I feel like that's so important. Sometimes as women, we carry a lot of insecurities. We care a lot about what other people think. We compare ourselves to other women, and sometimes that comes out in the wrong ways. But I think there's something beautiful about recognizing every woman's individuality. And for me, when I see passion and I see eyes and I see eyes, and I see women who they have that in themselves. It's a beautiful thing, and I always try to encourage that. And I'm a big advocate for girls not feeling like they have to compromise who they are, because there's so many things that are going to test you to try to do that. my personal story is being in a music industry where some people didn't understand what I created as art versus the way I looked. And that was a big struggle for me because I never based what I did off of my appearance, ever. And so when people started pointing out things about my appearance, I was like, that's not what I'm in here for. Like, I'm in here to make music. If this was a white label and you never saw who I was, would you like the music? And that's what I want to know. And that's why I say I admire people like Alicia Keys for not standing on being as beautiful as she is. It was about her being well-spoken and having something to say and wanting to contribute something to the world. And I feel like that's important. So I feel like if my advice to you would be, if you are an artist and you're still trying to figure out where you put that passion, put it in being true to who you are, so that every night when you go to sleep, you can wake up feeling comfortable with who you are and not feeling like you're doing anything that's outside of you.
Wow. That inspired me just a tad. Clap it up, please. Because, Breezy, you confused me, girlfriend. I got an 8-part question here.
I know what it is. You got so much to say.
She gave you 8 questions and tried to get you
I felt it. She just had so many questions, and that's real. So when you get the opportunity to ask a question, there's so much that you want to say and ask. I get it.
I'm like, okay, this is 5. We love you, Breezy. Who has another question? Hey, girl, what's your name?
I'm Shauna.
Hey, Shauna.
And my question for Melanie is, how is a typical day for you now different than before you were famous, whether it be, the hair or the brushing, or what's different now for you?
It's ways to figure out how to be functional, fashionable, and fast, like all at the same time. Because, I don't get to walk into my closet every day and be like, what do I feel like wearing today? Where's my favorite pair of shoes? Where is this, that? So, when I get ready to go on a trip, I pretty much have to plan out what I'm going to wear every single day. And that's no fun. I really hate that part of it, because some days, like, if anybody knows me, I'll be comfortable in t-shirt and jeans and like a fresh pair of kicks and I'm straight. But for work purposes, I do camera, I do videos, I do interviews, you know what I'm saying? I can't go out looking like a bum. But when it comes to making things easy, finding a hairstyle that works. I know it's my go-to hairstyle. Hats. Trying to get good rest and waking up in the morning and having things laid out for myself. Just trying to streamline, because there isn't much time to think. So I have to be like, okay, what's the fastest way for me to do this? These pair of shoes go with 3 of my outfits in my bag. You know what I'm saying? I got a 5-day trip. This goes with 3 of them. So I don't have to worry about taking too much stuff. But it's crazy. And, sometimes you don't get to eat a meal when you're supposed to. And sometimes you don't get to work out when you want to. And it's a difficult thing to schedule for yourself, especially when you have a schedule put in front of you. So, I just try definitely to know all my facts. I'm a bit of an A-type personality, which means I'm a bit of a control freak. So I definitely like to know what's on my plate for the day. So my awesome label reps like Maurice here will say to me, hey, this is what you got going on tomorrow. So I know if I got to be at the station by 3, I've got time in the morning to get X, Y, Z done. And if I need an hour, then I know before show or before radio, everybody knows Melanie needs her hour to get ready, and that's her time. And it's just about setting boundaries and, figuring out a routine that works. As hard as it is to get a routine, it's having the routine that's kind of unscripted, if that makes sense. It's the MF life. I don't know. That's all I have to say.
But I can say, if you did look like a bum, then you'd find all the people dubbing your CDs, though.
Well, this is true.
You'd find out all the people that's,
note to self.
Selling that $5,000. Okay, next question was here.
Hi, Fiona. My name is Aisha.
Hi, Mr.
I was trying to ask you, when you made the song It Kills Me, was you in love or going through anything when you made that song?
Absolutely. Absolutely. For example, I may not be living 4 a.m. right now, but I've lived 4 a.m.
Me too.
When It Kills Me came out, and when I did It Kills Me, I was probably in the most awful relationship of my life. And when I say awful and best all at the same time, because I learned so much about myself in being in love with someone that it's just like there's just no breaking that hold they have on you, when you know that inside you're not happy, but that person still makes you happy. And knowing that this person may not be treating you well, but you still love them. You may not like them, but you love them. And love is a very, very powerful thing. And you can forgive someone so many times before you just hit that breaking point. You're like, I can't do that again. And so, you know, when I was in that situation, you know, I had been going back and forth with this one dude for like years, and I was like, why can't you just get it right? Like, why do I keep going back? But I know I can't make sense of it, but it kills me inside. And that's just the honesty, you know, about it. In just being like, I know that this is not really the best situation for me, and it kills me that I know that it isn't, but I can't help the way I feel about you. And then I eventually got to a point where I was like, no. And then I did a song called Gone and Never Coming Back, which was a rap for you. And, you know, and then it's all about evolution. It is about that. And so I think it was important, and I don't think that people were really expecting a new artist to show such vulnerability out the gate. And when I did It Kills Me, I remember I said to my producers, I said to my label, I said to everybody, I was like, this is the song I felt like I've been waiting to sing my whole life. Vocally, it pushed me to a new level, and emotionally, it helped me tap into something that I needed to realize about myself. And so when it came out, and so many women and men were like, yo, that's my song, like, that's my story, like, I lived that, you're singing my record, then I realized that it wasn't just beneficial to me, and it was about helping everybody get through what they needed to get through, and let everybody know that they're not alone. You know, it was important for other women to see me as a woman, as an artist. Sometimes people have this idea that, like, you have nothing to worry about as an artist. You got everything in front of you. You got all these things. People don't necessarily understand that we're still people at the end of the day. And sometimes people lose sight of that. And we do go through real emotions. You know, we do go through real heartbreak, and guys who cheat on us, even though, why would you cheat on Melanie Fiona? I don't know, because she's still a girl and he's still a guy. Because that's real. So I'm glad that you felt that record. I appreciate it.
We're going to take a couple of more questions, but I just wanted to ask you, so the guy that you were with, did he like call you up like, Mel, that's how you really feel? That's how you feel?
No.
That's who we on?
No.
You going to put me on blast?
He's never called me.
Really?
He won't call me. He knows better.
You going to put me on blast in front of everybody
you know
on
what,
the radio?
But that's the thing, is that, like, everybody can always say, you know, like, they always say you never piss off an R&B singer. Because she will put it in her music, and then you'll be on blast. And, like, even though I don't have to call you and be like, I told you so, I don't need to do that, because everyone around him as that song is playing.
He heard it. He got it on his iPod right now.
Sorry, bruh. Sorry.
It's
all good, though. No hard feelings held. You know what I mean? Because truthfully, I'm a better person. I'm a better woman for it now.
Yeah. I'm sure he goes around like, that song was for me. She wrote that for me.
Whatever floats your boat, dude. Whatever floats your boat.
Okay, so who had another question? We're going to take two more. Hey.
My name is Kennedy. I would like to ask you, who is your favorite artist between Justin Bieber and Mindless Behavior?
You love them, don't you, huh?
You love them both. Who do you love?
Mindless Behavior.
You love
Mindless Behavior in Princeton.
I would say I'm a little biased because
Canada.
Justin Bieber is from Canada, and I'm from Canada, and I think he's so cute. I love what he's doing. He can sing. He's actually very talented. He's a talented musician, and he's actually very talented, and he's Canadian, so I love it. But I really love this mindless behavior movement right now, because it's been a while since a really talented boy band has come out and, you know, is really singing. So I'm happy. I think it's cute. I think girls, I remember when I was a kid, New Kids on the Block was the group.
Yes.
And so I loved screaming and having posters and going to the concerts, and, you know, so I think it's important. I think it's a part of childhood. I think it's part of having, you know, little girl crushes.
B2K was mine.
B2K.
Oh, I went in for B2K. Ladies, don't play with my B2K. I was for real about my B2K. Okay, so who's our last question? All right, a fella.
Yeah, fella.
How you doing?
Hey.
I'm curious, how did the mixtape come about? I thought that was kind of hot when you did the mixtape. With
the Questlab, with the Roots?
Yeah, that was hot.
Oh, thank you. How did it come about? I'm kind of like a bulldog when it comes to what I want to do with artists. Like the song I have out with CeeLo right now.
Yeah, I heard you I
told
him, right?
Totally deboed him. I was like, hey, I'm Melanie Fiona, and I've never met you before, but I want to work with you, okay? And he was like, you that song. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And I was like, okay, CeeLo, you know who I am. Okay. So, you know, I when it came to Quest, we actually did the, I like your shoes too. Nice.
Would you give your shoes to Melanie Fiona?
I got some shopping buddies in here. But,
Chicago.
When I was on the tour with Kanye West, the Roots were on the tour. That was the first time I had ever met everyone pretty much from the Roots. And Quest and I kept in contact, and, you know, I'd kept in contact through mutual friends and stuff like that, and I'd seen him, and I was just like, yo, I really want to do a project with you. And he was into it. And the thing about it is that it's very important because when you find other artists, like, it's not like, oh, she wants to do something with me, it's going to be good for her career, so I don't know, I need 50 G's for that and whatever. You know, Quest is a real musician, and he's about art and musicianship. So when we spoke about it, he was like, I got this really cool idea, like, just come to the studio. And I was expecting him to, like, be on the turntables mixing my songs in, and I came in, and he was like, yo, I want to do a live mixtape with you. And I'm like, okay. So he called some dudes from the Roots and the Illadelphonics and some great producers, Adam Blackstone and amazing people, called them in, and we did a live acoustic kind of like version of the album. And what you hear on that mixtape are, you know, you hear about 5. If you guys don't have that, please go download it. It's free.
She's telling you to go download.
I'm telling you to go download it. It's free.
Just don't sell that.
And it's another take on the bridge. I did about 5 songs and a couple covers from Kanye West, Sam Cooke, and we did them live. And like what you hear is like what we did old school, like when you put musicians in a room, record the room, and just go. And it's not about going back and editing and comping takes. And it was really fluid. Like, we would be like, oh, shoot, we messed up, or we'll start again, and play it all the way through. And like, even like my version of Monday Morning, where on the album it's got like this retro kind of pop soul feel. The version that I did on that mixtape was, it was like an old blues country soul. I don't even know how to describe it. It was like nothing I'd ever done. And I was basically a freestyle. I followed their music and just sang and had no idea what I was doing melody-wise or anything, and it just came out so naturally organic. And that's why I love that mixtape so much, because it was organic and it was about everybody just being good at what they did. I came in there to sing. Quest was on those percussion and drums. You know, Adam was on the bass. You got the guitar players and keyboard, just making it completely natural and impromptu. And we did that in one night, and it turned out to be one of the coolest things I've ever done. I'm so proud, and it's a different take on the bridge, and you know, a lot of people love it, and I'm glad that you love it. So thank you.
Thank you. We'll clap it up one more time for Melanie Fiona, everybody. All the pictures, our photographer took a lot of pictures. All the pictures will be on WGCI.com. So give us a couple of days, a day or two. They'll all be up, as well as some video. I'll be uploading some video. And now it's picture time. So how do we want to do this? I think we normally do 2. Okay, Kel, do we want to do 2 at a time? Oh, okay.
Everyone here is a winner? I mean, everyone is a winner all the time. But you guys won, so congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
So